And welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime. Last time this button, we got the Phazon Suit, which is actually the last, required power-up we need. We have all of the regular upgrades. We have all the visors, all the secondaries, except for the beam combos, that is. We still need the flamethrower and the ice breaker, I want to say. Though I may be mixing it up with the phrase break the ice. I fully admit I may be messing this up. So there's also a new weapon called the Phazon Beam, but we can't really use it outside of one or two main things. And those are all like late game things. So our next stop is to find this temple that has been popping up in a lot of the Chozo entries. Because quite frankly, we need to get to where like the all the Phazon is. Also, I think we can step on Phazon now. Yeah, we don't have to worry about like tiptoeing through this room, which is actually really nice. Not gonna lie, it's really cool being virtually invincible. Also, doors kill Metroids, which is what just happened there. I'm not kidding, by the way. What is actually killing me? I have no clue what's actually hurting me there. So I'm just gonna hightail it out there. But yeah, doors actually kill Metroids. It's really weird. But if you enter a door as a Metroid is charging at you, it will hit the door and die. It's kind of strange. I think it's just invisible enemies are bothering me now. More enemies are in here. Where am I? Here we are, I think. Wait a second, actually, I think I just saw something. In the tunnel. You can actually see the artifact right there. I never noticed that before, that you can actually see the artifact from here. That's really cool. Nice little detail. I wonder if the reason I never saw it before was because the GameCube has terrible draw distance for this game. Or maybe it's just I never noticed because I always just kind of rushed through that tunnel. Or probably the likely answer is I would just approach that tunnel from the opposite side, so I would never actually see the artifact in here. But we got the Artifact of Newborn, the last of 12, so we got a bit of backtracking to do, in other words. I'm trying to think. Like... Yeah, we're missing a lot of log entries, but we have over 68, which is how many... We have 68% is, I think, what it just said. So that's as many as I really care to get, to be honest. We could get more. It's not really gonna help us any. So also this room up here that I want to investigate. There's so much we can do. We basically just opened up the game completely now that we have every power-up. So, two things we could do, go straight to the end of the game and finish the game. But where's the fun in that? Because there's all these collectibles we could possibly get. Yuck. I can't say I'm looking forward to that. These Metroids are yellowish colored, so they're actually different, I think. Fission Metroid, it can split in two, basically. They're really... Ow. They're not that easy to fight, because they are breaking up into pieces, and they are, like, splitting off, and it's just generally kind of difficult to deal with, so... let's not. Where are my bombs even at? Because I was mashing the button for a while. Also, I don't think these are weak to cold. Because I'm pelting this thing with cold, and it is not working. I think the secret is actually to just use the corresponding beam to their color. For example, there's a yellow one, so I think if we shoot with the power beam, it's not going to split off. The red one, if we shoot with the plasma beam, it's not going to split off, and etc, etc. Again, these are enemies that would have been much easier to fight on GameCube. Because you would not have to deal with as much weapon switching. So again, this is one area that the GameCube version actually is better with. because just weapon switching is just generally kind of a pain in the butt on the Wii version. And because we're having to switch weapons very fast because of all of these Metroids, yeah, not the best time in the world. Door is down there, so I'm gonna try to trick this out. Okay, we made it. So yeah, if we hit it with anything other than ice, in that case, it's going to split up. So we're just gonna keep moving. Now, do we have to do the Morph Ball puzzle? I'm actually not sure if we do, but I think we do. These are regular Metroids, so we have to use Ice Beam. Or we don't have to, but it's the best way to defeat them. It's funny, some Metroid... I could have sworn there's one Metroid game that really didn't feature Metroids very much, and it might have been Prime 2. Where the emphasis was more on Phazon than Metroids, as sort of a threatening force in the galaxy. I'm not sure if we even need to do this or not. But just to be on the safe side. So basically, this is going to be a little bit on the cumbersome side, but we have to pretty much comb the entire world. I am not kidding. That's pretty much what we need to do now. Is there something behind here? No, it looks like there's a wall. Okay. Fine by me. Less exploring, the better. Because we have a lot of exploring. Again, we need about, like, 135 more missiles. Which, divide that by 5. 135 by 5. 100, did I say 135? Yeah. So 135 would be 27 missile tanks, if I'm doing the math right. And then we have what else? We have 6 energy tanks. I don't know if there's any power bomb expansions in this, actually. Also, there's this passage that opens up after you fight the boss. Not sure what's up here, but I want to see for myself what's in here. Well, that looks delightful. And that's a lot of Metroids. Just gonna keep moving. Nothing to see here. Okay, this is the way out. And there's an energy tank. Well, that's one less energy tank. Make that... What did they say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 9, so that means there are 5 more? If there are 14? Because I read there were 14. So yeah, that'd mean there are 5 more. Not too shabby. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. I'd actually take Space Pirates over Metroids any day. Because these guys are just really difficult to deal with. Why is that one splitting? I thought I was doing this right, but I guess not. And not even because Metroids are scary or anything, it's just they're frustrating to fight. And especially in large numbers, which typically is how you fight Metroids, in large numbers. A la the original game, where you had to fight like a ton of Metroids at once in a tight 2D corridor. So yes, I would gladly fight a Metroid over any of these, or Space Pirate over any of these Metroids. Especially the fission ones, because you can't actually freeze them. You can't even do the quick strat on them. Yeah, I'm thinking about just going ahead and clearing out all the power-ups and stuff as we go through everything, which is going to take a while. A fair warning, this is going to be another blue coins, if you saw that Let's Play. Super Mario Sunshine, I'm not kidding. For those who haven't seen it, my Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine was like 35 parts, I want to say, and about half of that was blue coins alone. Because I opted to go for the blue coins all in a chunk at the end of the Let's Play in order to minimize how much I would, like, forget. So basically, if I got all of them at once, I wouldn't accidentally leave any behind. That was my logic, at least. but it just created a giant headache at the end of the project. If Sunshine ever gets an HD remake, that's also on the bucket list, but I'm not sure if it will. I can kind of picture it happening because, you know, Odyssey is more closely connected to Sunshine 64 era games, so they might want to get people back into like 3D Marios. But like, I just feel like if they were going to do, say, an HD port or remake, it'd have to be a remake, really. They would probably go for 64 before Sunshine. Honestly, I totally agree with that notion. I like 64. I have this weird thing, and I've talked about this on other Let's Plays, where I can admit something is my favorite, but also say it's not good. Not good. That sounds really backwards, but like, I know I've said this about Sonic Adventure 2. Well, actually my stance has changed, and Sonic Adventure 2 isn't my favorite Sonic anymore. Now, what I consider the best Sonic is also my favorite, and that's Generations. But for Mario, I would say Mario 64 is my favorite, but it's not. Wait, it's not the best. I'm saying this backwards. Super Mario 64 is the best, but it's not my favorite. Super Mario Sunshine is my favorite, even though I fully admit it is not the best Mario game by a long shot. A very long shot. Not even just a hook shot, but a long shot. That was a terrible joke, I fully admit. You get something special for fighting this guy. I do remember this much. So yeah, it's not like we've... Is this guy different? He actually is. Phazon Elite. Oh, that's not what I want to hear. Phazon Elite. Opting not to carry the vulnerable plasma artillery cannons normally used by elites to direct fusing a Phazon into their bodies provides a tremendous level of energy. The drastically lower lifespan that comes with this process is a little concern to the pirate research team. So it's basically the same thing but tougher. Okay. And it generally does the ground pound more. It doesn't have a back cannon. So I'm all for fewer long periods of invulnerability. But yeah, I wish you could use the Phazon beam outside of just the final battle. I think that would be cool, but I also admit it is really overpowered, and that's kind of what Metroid Prime 3 attempted to do. To some extent. And we got another Chozo Artifact, so that's our goal now, is to get all the Chozo Artifacts. The Artifact of the Warrior. 6 of 12. So, you'll be happy to know that we cleared out the Phazon Mines for, what am I trying to say? We cleared out the Phazon Mines, at least, for artifacts. Now, power-ups, that's a different story, I have a feeling. But at least we don't have to worry about the actual artifacts anymore. That's a relief, at least. How many artifacts do we have? I think we should have about 4 or 5. Okay, there we go. Logbook. So yeah, these are all the pirate data. So we're missing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing 7 pieces of pirate data. We're missing 4 pieces of Chozo lore. We're missing, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We're missing 19, 20, 21. I forgot to scan a boss? Which boss was that? Because again, these are all the bosses. I apparently missed a boss. I missed a lot of scans, is what I'm trying to say. And there's all the research. I'm missing a lot of these. Artifacts, this is what we want. Strength, So we're missing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So we 1. Oh wait, I could just look at the ring. We have 4. Okay. Now there's a place that we can go right now, which honestly, because I'm kind of heading back in the direction of the Talon overworld, I might just go over this next episode. I might just go to the Talon overworld, and that's where the next episode will start. And then we'll begin the artifact hunt for real. But first, I'm just gonna ignore all these guys, it's not really worth the trouble. And, where am I going? Down here, apparently. So over here, we have this thingy, which is a plasma beam door, but it's guarded by a force field. Now, how do we lower the force field? I wish I could tell you, because I don't actually remember. I like how we see all types of space pirates here. It's just kind of a cool little detail. Shoot you. Any day now. There's probably like a terminal somewhere to lower it. Actually, that's not a bad idea, trying to equip like the X-ray visor or the or the thermal visor. Try to figure out where this thing is. X-ray then? Thermal. I'm not seeing any thermal targets, so maybe it's a scan. Like we have to scan something. Yeah, force field. Maybe, or just defeat all the enemies, that's another possibility. Because there were quite a few enemies I just ran right past. Up here. I'm really curious about that room though, what's in it? Ice Beam. Soldiers are actually probably the easiest to defeat, because you can freeze them really easily. I like how each beam has its pros and cons. You know, obviously the wave beam like is electric, so it can stun certain types of enemies. Ice Beam is good for freezing enemies. Etc, etc. Hello, what do we have here? Locks key to space pirate lifetimes only. Access denied. Shoot. Well. Wait, did it bounce off? It's bouncing off. That's interesting. I'm actually really confused by this. Oh, okay, I forgot about this. This is important. And there we go, it was right in plain sight all along. I just ran right past it. So now we can go into that small room, that's where we'll end off this episode part, whichever you want to call it. But yeah, here's where the progress kind of slows down, all things considered, because we just have to go on a scavenger hunt. It was a problem with GameCube games, it feels like, just making the player go on a scavenger hunt at the very end of the game. Oh, that's one less beam to get. That means there's only one left, I think. One more. Because I'm going to the ship, or having to pass the ship anyway, might as well show this. It's pretty cool. It's a real drain on your missiles, though. But yeah, all that's left is, I think the ice... I think I called it the icebreaker, but I think it's actually the ice spreader. Talon Overworld. So yeah, that's where we need to be, Talon Overworld. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go back to the ship, and that's where we'll pick up next time. So thank you for watching. And yes, I know there are collectibles here, but I kind of want to pick them all up on their own run. So yeah, we're gonna save all the power-ups in this section for a little bit later. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you join me next time for more Metroid Prime.